Jean?
Lisa, the assertive care puzzle piece of the highway is the here it is part. It's all the things we provide without the child asking for it. So will you put that up? Yeah, and I call that assertive care. I call that the here it is part. Here it is. So what is it that children need?
Well, children need food and clothing and shelter. Those are the basic needs. We also know that they need to be safe. They need to know that they are loved and that they are cherished, and they need to be taught family values.
And they need to be touched.
And touched, yeah.
Yes. So notice on the highway, notice this top figure. Who is that?
That would be the parent?
That is the parent. And the parent's job is to provide all the things that the child needs insofar as the parent is able. Now, who is this down here?
Maybe it's the other parent?
Well, actually, it's the teenager who's 4 or 5 inches taller than you are. Okay. And the child's need is to learn to adapt, to learn to be cooperative. So the parent provides, the child adapts, and that holds at every age. We use some parts of the highway more often than others. Look at the nurture structure chart. I know you're connected with Oscar. How old is he?
He's 18 months old.
So look at the chart at what he needs at that age. Notice that infants need the car to be in the assertive care lane a whole lot. Notice that adolescents need it there, not so much. So Lisa, what does Oscar need?
Well, at the 18 months, I'm deciding I'm deciding the food that he eats. I'm preparing the food for him, so it's my job to get it to him. I decide when his diaper needs to be changed, even when he's trying to wiggle away from me. I decide what clothes he's going to wear, and make sure that he's dressed appropriately for the weather.
You make the decisions.
Right.
Yeah. So if you will look at the nurture structure chart, this shows a picture of which lanes are needed by many children at different ages. Notice that Oscar needs the car to be in the assertive care lane a whole lot. Adolescents, not so much. So Lisa, now think about 10-year-old Ella, right in the middle of school age group. What are some examples of assertive care that she needs?
She still needs food and shelter and clothing, and part of my job is to provide that for her, but I do it in different ways. She picks out the clothes that she wears. She brushes her own teeth. I don't have to do that for her. And she's responsible for making her own school lunches. I provide the food. She chooses what she's going to make for lunches.
So what does your assertive care look like now?
Well, I do a lot more monitoring versus telling her what to do. I'm doing a lot of teaching skills, letting her make mistakes. I'm teaching standards. And I'm asking when she wants help.
Well, actually, that's the next part of the highway. So before we go there, let's talk about what happens if assertive care goes wrong. So if we get on the shoulder of assertive care, we call that conditional care or price tag care. The child has to do something in order to deserve the care. So how does that sound?
That's how, if you love me, you're going to do this for me.
Oh, yes.
I love it so much that you're playing hockey just like your dad in our house. That's what we really want you to do, is play hockey like Dad.
Yeah. I love you when you're good.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So this is price tag care, and it puts the parents' wants ahead of the children's needs. It offers care, but there are strings attached. No unconditional love there. It says, don't be who you want to be who I want you to be. It can be scary and burdensome to a child. Considering the girl whose father told her, I'll buy you any clothes you want if you promise not to tell your mom about my girlfriend. An extreme case, but it makes the point. It is not care. Now, for the ditch. Lisa, the ditch of abuse hurts, whether it's physical abuse or emotional abuse. So people ask, how can abuse possibly be a part of the nurture section of the highway?
Well, abuse is still contact. It's still touch, which we talked about in assertive care that babies need. But it's contact gone wrong. It's that touch gone wrong. It still offers recognition. And actually what we've seen in children who have been placed in foster care will leave safe, loving foster care homes and try to run away to parents who've been physically abusive, because what those kids have grown up is that their parents love them by abusing them, by hitting them.
Tragic. Tragic. Let's not confuse abuse with discipline. To discipline means to teach what to do. Abuse is always a parental call for help. And when the care is in the ditch, it's time to call the tow truck. The tow truck can vary from a friend to a support group, to a parenting class, to a counselor, secular or religious, or a therapist, or a therapy group. If we slip onto the shoulder or ditch, and since we are all human, that can happen, let's get back in the middle of the highway as quickly as possible. Thank you, Lisa.